Hi, my name is Daniel Valle, and I am here to do the role play for Social Work 633. Um, and in the role play, first thing I'm going to be doing is attempting to join with the family, and in that process, I'm going to uh, do my best to build rapport with them. So um, here we go. Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm glad that you can all make it today. I appreciate your effort in being here, and just like to let you know that uh, within this session, everyone will have an opportunity to talk, to be able to express themselves, and uh, and to be heard. So as we go along, all I ask is that everyone be respectful towards each other. Give give everyone an opportunity to talk and to express themselves uh, fully before responding. So at any moment, if someone's saying something um, that upsets you or you feel is directed towards you, I just ask that you wait until they are done saying what they're saying, and then you will have an opportunity to respond and to express yourself in response to that. A little bit about myself. My name is Daniel. I am a social work student with Barnard University. I have been in the field since 1995, initially as a volunteer, but since 2004, consistently up until now, working in different a variety of fields, and with a variety of different populations. I do have experience working with families, um, and I thank you for giving me this opportunity to sit in with your family to um, to help out with everything. So, um, what I would like to do is to start with Dad, and like to ask you if you can tell me a little bit about yourself. Okay. Yeah, I did read that you had gotten injured and that you're currently not working, and I am sorry to hear that you and your family are going through that. Must be difficult for you guys. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go through our sessions. But so Mom, how tell me a little bit about yourself. Yeah. I mean, I can only imagine um, the pressure and the strain and the responsibility that you have keeping the family together and being um, being the person to be take to basically be maintaining the finances and then that piece. Um, so I definitely do commend you for for that. I mean, it definitely takes a lot of courage and a lot of initiative to be able to do that, um, especially in spite of everything that's going on with the family. So well, I thank you for sharing. Um, and with the daughter, could you tell me a little bit about yourself? Okay. But yeah, I mean, I definitely hear what you're saying. Um, I'm glad that you're here. Just a little bit of what do you like? What do you like with school, and what kind of hobbies, and what sort of thing are you into? You occupy yourself with? Okay, well that sounds good. Well, I'm glad you were able to share, and we'll definitely talk a little bit more about that as we go on in the sessions. Um, and to the sun, if you could tell me a little bit about yourself. Okay, all right. So I can imagine being in junior high, and um, I can imagine it can get tricky sometimes. So tell me some of the things that you're interested in that you like doing. Well, okay. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. I'm glad. Like I said, I appreciate everybody being here today, and thank you for sharing a little bit of information with me. And yeah, thank you. So we'll talk a little bit more, and we'll go on from here. All right. So this segment will be talking about intervening um, with parents, argumentative parents. So uh, I guess we'll just go into it. So all right, guys. So let's do this. I hear you guys are having a disagreement right now. I hear what you're coming from, but let's do this. Let's allow for one person to finish expressing um, what they have to say and be able to finish out what they have to say. And as I said in the beginning, we will come back to you. You'll be able to to respond to you know, to whatever she's saying. But just please give her an opportunity to express herself and to really get everything out. Hear it for what it is, and then um, I hear where you're coming from, but this is allow her to express herself, and then once she's done, we will come around to you, and then we'll hear your response. Um, okay, how's that sound? All right, thank you. Adding on to the disputes or the arguments with the parents, I want to go back. Wow, it's been probably the beginning of the social work course where we talked about nonviolent communication, um, or another name for it. But it was Marshall Rosenberger is um, is the person who did this seminar on nonviolent uh, communication, where he talks about giraffe ears and jackal ears, and he talked about how people can interpret um, conversations in a way where they become offended, and in response they lash back. That's basically using the jackal ears. You get offended, you lash back, which in turn that person, they're now on the defensive. Now they have on jackal ears, and basically things go back and forth, um, to the point where it just becomes an argument. One thing I really liked in that video, in that nonviolent communication um, seminar, is where he talks about being able to um, basically swallow your ego, take a deep breath, and hear. Um, don't hear what's really on the surface. Hear the hurt, hear the pain. Really try to understand that person for what they're saying, um, and take the time. Don't become offended, and then respond appropriately in order to basically come to a resolution. at the end. So I just wanted to add that to keep that in perspective. So Marshall Rosenberger, I believe it's Rosenberger, nonviolent communication. I think that's a good piece to check out when it comes to that, how to communicate appropriately. Last but not least would be a third segment and how to end the session. Definitely, my objective would be to want to uplift and encourage the family, empower them, and be able to let them know that they can do that. They have the tools to make this family work. So some of the homework that I would give definitely would be to, I would say, hey, it sounds like there's been a lack of communication throughout this family. Would like for you guys, starting with mom and dad, to sit down, have a conversation about some of the issues that you're having, actually come to a solution. Don't generalize it. Don't be open about it. Don't leave it open so that there's confusion. Actually sit down, talk about it, come to a resolution, and try to move on from there. Another thing I would say would be in regards to being upset with their daughter and having them keep in mind that this isn't an issue this isn't an issue only for your daughter. This is a family issue. This is not an issue of one. This is an issue of many. So what I would like for everyone to do would be to look at this and figure out a way to resolve this as a family so that we're not pointing the fingers and blaming and we're not angry at one person. So try to sit down as a family if you can, hear everybody out, as we did here. I mean, there was a little bit of a miscommunication, and if you can practice the way I did it, ask for, set goals before you sit down and have a conversation. Let everybody know that everyone's going to have an opportunity to be heard. Everyone's going to have an opportunity to express themselves, and everyone's going to have an opportunity to respond, so that everyone in the family can express themselves to the fullest, and you can get down to what the core of the issues are, and then begin to work on them from there. But always remember that this is a family issue. This isn't an issue of one. In order for your family to function cohesively and to run like a well-oiled machine, everyone has to be, as I would say, as using an analogy of an engine, every piston has to be firing off and has to be healthy. So keep that in mind when you're discussing things. And so how's that sound? All right. Well, I thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much for the opportunity to work with you. And I'll be seeing you later on. Thank you very much. Bye. Just wanted to let the family know at the end that they are family. This is not one against the other. This is not if one loses, one wins, or if one wins, one. This is it really be important to emphasize to the family that you have to work as a unit in order to be a family. Otherwise, things aren't going to work. Everyone's going to be, everyone's going to feel like they're not being heard and that things aren't being resolved. So just wanted to get that point across for everyone to give respect to each other, let each other be able to express themselves, and get to the core of the issues. So thank you very much.